Aloha, beautiful people. Welcome. We are live today from Cartagena, Colombia, and it is a hot, sweaty day, beautiful day, and excited about today's workshop. We're here with the Flow State Tribe, Flow State Yoga Teacher Training, and every week on Sunday we come live, and I'm excited about the way that we have this opportunity due to the internet, due to the digital world that we can connect from all over the world and share in this journey of flow state. And it's exciting. We are in the last 2 weeks of 2023. Who here is already thinking about 2024 in a sense of like what you want to create with this brand new canvas of life that we call the new year? And I really always believe that as we close out the end of a year, it's good to do a few things. So one of the things we talked about last week was doing a cleanse, for example, which is something I did. I did it actually a couple days already, but I'd love to give you all the protocol. For those who was asking for the protocol, stay tuned. I'm going to share the protocol with you today on how to do a cleanse in different ways. Now, we have different options for this. So it's not just like there's one way. I've done millions of ways and they're all really, really wonderful and beneficial. So it just comes down to kind of like how much you've done it in the past, how ready you are for something to shift, how dedicated and disciplined you can be. But it can go anywhere from on one side of the spectrum, very simple, like just kind of cutting back on sugar or starches or like alcohol or drugs or anything like those things if you consume them. And then being very, very clean in your diet, but also in what you consume around you. So that also includes your relationships, the people around you, your home environment, the decisions that you make, the physical movement that you do to cleanse your energy field, and all sorts of things. So that's why a lot of times I call it total life cleanse. So total life cleanse is TLC. It's a program or a sort of a course that I created a while back, and it's included in the Flow State Yoga Teacher Training. It's in the Flow State app as well. But it's an interesting thing that as a health coach with us, if you're in the teacher training, if you're in the certification program, this is a wonderful thing that you can offer to clients. And it's actually, I think, one of the most valuable things that you can offer people because most people don't realize how their body needs a cleanse, right? So basically, if you think about it, you clean your house, you clean your car, yeah, and you have to clean the inside of you as well. So that's really what the cleanse, the internal cleanse is about. But then they have like I said, these other aspects of cleanse, right? So really looking at every area of your life and then acknowledging where you could probably clear out some clutter or clear out whatever might be blocking the flow, right? So the first step is really an awareness of yourself, your awareness of your life. Like, where do you feel there might be some energetic or physical blocks? One of the ways to know this is to do an assessment on yourself. And also, as you're thinking, as I'm sharing this with you, you can also start to think about doing this with clients once you graduate. So once you graduate, you'll be certified as a yoga teacher and a health coach with Flow State Institute. And what that really means is that you can help people in a variety of ways. And people have come to me for the past 20 plus years constantly with kind of the same need in a way. It's like if they're experiencing pain, aches in their body, stiffness, or relationship issues, could be anything like lack of purpose, depression, anxiety, all of the things that people experience that we talked about last week when it comes to like the emotional tone scale and the different energies that we could be experiencing. So if we're experiencing something that's in the lower part of that scale, whether it's, I can pull that back up if you guys want me to do a visual with the scale. But basically, once you have the visual in your mind, it's really easy to remember the different kind of emotions that correlate with the energetics that you might be working with. So what I've noticed over the years, right, is that everybody has kind of like a tendency to gather, I'd say, like blocks to our flow, right? So there's a kind of block to the vibration of what we're aiming to emanate is really what prevents us from ascending to the higher realms, whether it's just like achieving a goal or wanting something to happen in our lives and it seems like it's stuck or not moving forward, or could be in any number of things, conflict, or if it's in the area of like prosperity, could also be around like subconscious beliefs as well. So there's a lot of components that are sort of like a part of that. But at the same time, the overarching understanding is that we are the ones that can control in a way. Like we get to decide if we let it stay that way or if we're going to like actively work on clearing it out, right? So that's really what this is about. And this is what I'm always emphasizing in my teaching, is that we are the makers of our destiny. Now, if you guys have seen in the Total Life, or it's called the Total Success Library, the Total Success Library is in the yoga teacher training. It's in one of the modules. It's a really great gift that I included as a bonus, which has literally 100 or more different audiobooks and ebooks. And the nice thing about this audiobooks and ebooks is that they're all different things. Some of them are about abundance. Some of them are about consciousness and spirituality. There's like a variety of different topics. But one of the books in there that I really love, and actually I'm going to be releasing an audiobook that I recorded for everybody in Audible pretty soon, but it's called As a Man Thinketh. And I made a female version, so it's actually called As a Woman Thinketh. But basically, this book is so powerful and I really love it. And one of the things I love the most about it is it's very simple. It's like the shortest book you'll ever read. It's only, I think, 70, no, it might be less than 70 pages. There's a total of 7 chapters. But the nice thing about the book is that it always goes back to the same thing. Like, as a woman thinketh or as a man thinketh, is that so in the mind, so in the reality, right? So, and sometimes we don't realize that our mind, in the subconscious mind, it could be creating something for us that we're not even aware of. Like, where is this coming from? This kind of feeling like something is going on in my field and I'm not even sure where it could be coming from. And so if you have something like that going on, the nice thing about doing a cleanse is a lot of times it will reveal itself to us, right? So it gets to where you get so clear in your field that you just can let things go easier. That's what I like about cleansing. So it's kind of like if you're ever in a place where you're having decision, you need to make a big decision, or if you have like a crossroad, if you want to make a bigger step towards something in your life, then this is the best way to do it. So we're going to talk about the different types of cleanses today. And let me see, Stephen Hawking. Let's see if I can get you this visual. I wanted to show the scale of consciousness that I was just talking about, so you can get a visual really quick. We showed it last week, but I'm like, where did that go? Okay. There's different visuals of it actually. Like this is a good one. I see what a couple of different variations, but I always like the one that's kind of like a it's like a, yeah, here it is. I'm gonna do a little screen share so you can see. All right, here it is. So if you have this visual, we have talked about this before, but I'll just kind of bring it back around. So this is the visual, and it's really clear, right? So when you have any of these lower things come up, we'll call them lower because they're lower frequency, lower vibration, whether it's pride, anger, desire that puts you into a negative place, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, shame, these energies are a block to the flow, right? So we want to release those by healing them and by kind of like doing certain things that we're going to do that will allow those to neutralize back to a good place so that your vibration can go where it belongs, which is at the higher side of this, right? The flow. You want to be up in the flow. So that's like love, joy, peace. All of that is our true nature. And when we are not feeling those things just naturally as when we wake up or what have you, a lot of times it's either our mind that's like bringing us out of it, or it's something that's stuck in the field, right? And the field of your energy can be either physical, because this is what we talked about in the book Journey to Joyful. You can see we have layers, koshas. So the physical layer is very, very dense. And so I find it to be actually one of the most important layers to keep clean. That's why we do physical cleansing. And actually, I have this really nice protocol that I do. I'm going to share a couple different options. If you want to take notes, you can. One of the easiest ways, it's in the Total Life Cleanse, it's in the Flow State teacher training. It's called the 7-Day Green Smoothie Cleanse. And we talked about this a little bit last week, but I just want to give you guys the heads up. And you can decide if you want to do this before the end of the year, or you can do it in the new year. I always think it's nice to do it before the end of the year, because then you can actually start the year out with the best possible energy. But if you wanted to start in the new year, it's totally acceptable as well. Basically, with the smoothie cleanse, what I like about it is that it keeps you really full. So because you're still consuming a lot of nutrients, a lot of fiber as well, and protein, you feel full and satisfied. And so you never feel like you're hungry. And a lot of people, when you start cleansing or fasting, you might go through a period of time where you feel very hungry. And that's kind of like something you have to work through. One thing that I learned from like a lifetime of cleansing is that hunger, although most people think it's physical, it's actually in the mind. Because I used to have this hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia is where your blood sugar will just crash if you don't eat every few hours. And then you feel what they call hangry, which is like you're so hungry that you get angry. Does anybody else feel that way sometimes? It's a very uncomfortable feeling. And so if you ever feel hangry, what that can usually mean is that there is a little bit of, at least a little bit of hypoglycemia. The hypoglycemia is a blood sugar imbalance. The nice thing is, and it's actually, the difficulty of hypoglycemia is it's kind of in the same category as diabetes. So you don't want to be playing with this where you're like hypoglycemia crashing your sugar, because what it does is it could lead to diabetes. So what we can do is we can heal that. I actually healed my hypoglycemia with fasting. One of the reasons that it works is because you go into a zero sugar space, meaning like you're not consuming any sugar. And if you get the right nutrients that you're consuming, your body will teach itself how to maintain a stable sugar throughout the day with or without food. This is the important thing. So when I got into fasting, I was like, it's an interesting thing because the longer you go without eating, the actually less hungry you feel. In fact, after 24 hours, you stop feeling hungry. Sometimes it's after 48 hours for certain people. Like if you're a new person at this, it might take a little longer. But basically, that you can get to a point where you heal all hypoglycemia. You train your body and your mind to actually realize you're not going to die and that you're going to not only thrive and be fine without food, but actually it's very healthy for our body and our system to eat less. In fact, there are studies that show that the cultures and the people who eat the less live longer. There's a direct correlation with research backing it that shows that when you eat less, you live longer. So over the years, I have sort of worked with this principle because in the beginning, there was a lot of people saying that you need to eat every 3 hours, you need to eat 3 to 5 meals a day. There's a lot of different belief systems. But being 42 now, and everybody says I still look the same I did 20 years ago, which I believe I do actually. Even physically, my body and also everything, my face, my hair, everything is like the same 20 years later. I realize a big part of that, there's two sides of it. One of them has to do with my self-care routines, right? Yoga, meditation, self-massage, and all the things that I do, Ayurvedic practices that I do with oils and different treatments. And I can talk a little bit more about that. But basically, the other part of it is what you consume. So a big part of it is that I make a concerted effort to do regular periodic cleansing and fasting. And also every day, I generally do what's called intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting can be done in different ways, But one of the ways that I like to do it is not to have anything usually before 11 to 12 in the early part of the day, like, and then stop having anything after like 6 p.m. That's the ideal for me, so that I would have like a 6 hour window of eating, and then the rest of it you don't eat. And what it does is it first of all gives your body a break from that. So during the time when you're not consuming things, your body is able to heal itself better, and it produces stem cells and telomeres, and these are all tremendously anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, and just like healthy for your cells and everything. So it gives your body an opportunity to clean out its cells every day for a period of time, which is a really nice period of time. Whereas normally, if you're just eating all the time, especially if you're having like junk food, sugar, alcohol, drugs, all of this is basically doing the opposite. So it's like clogging up your system with all sorts of junk that prevents it from being able to clean itself out and prevents it from being able to operate in optimal health and wellness. So anyway, for those of you who are new to it, I'm happy to take any questions. But if you leave a comment if you feel like you're feeling up for doing this, and also if you feel you want to do it before the new year or after the new year. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment and let me know. Let me see. I'm gonna go over on the YouTube and see what everybody's saying. So anyway, back to the protocol. So the protocol is really quite, it depends on where you're at in your process, right? Like I said, I think the easiest one that you can ever do is the smoothie cleanse, because the smoothie cleanse, like I said, it allows you to consume food. It's not necessarily food, but it's smoothies. So smoothies are feeling like consuming food in a way, because they have fiber, nutrients, and protein. You don't have to put protein every time, but I like to. I like vegan protein with my smoothies, and it's so nice. The other thing that you can do, you want to drink more water than usual. And like, for example, in the morning, if you can, starting your morning with lemon water is just a wonderful way to start the morning. And then if you want to have something after that, I have these amazing elixirs that we made with at brightfuture.org. You can check them out. We have like a morning one. It's called I Am Source Energy. It's a chai drink that it's 0 sugar, and it has ginseng. So it's an energy drink, all natural, with green tea as well, and ashwagandha and maca. So it has really good adaptogens and herbs and spices, and it's Ayurvedic. So it's really good thing to start the day. And you can have the I Am Source Energy chai drink. And then from that, you could do different things. So this is a no sugar approach. There's 0 calories almost, basically. And then a little bit later, whenever you're feeling ready for consuming something, maybe in 11 o'clock a.m., then you would have your first smoothie if you're going to do the smoothie cleanse. If you're not going to do the smoothie cleanse, there's a different way you can go. You can do only liquids, so only juices. I always suggest only green juices, though. You don't want to have like just tons of fruit juice, because the fruit has a lot of fructose sugar, which is once again going to spike your sugar. So you don't want to spike the sugar. You want to keep the sugar stable. This is what's going to heal any hypoglycemia, is keeping the sugar stable. So in order to do that, you have to stop consuming sugar, and you have to make sure that you have a lot of liquids. And if you can have the protein in the smoothie, it's going to help as well to keep those blood sugars stable. The more that you train your blood sugar to stay stable, the more that you're going to feel balanced energy. Balanced energy is the best place, because what it's going to feel is that you are like you're not starving, right? Because what this blood sugar spiking does is it makes you feel like you're starving and that you need to eat something right away. So anyway, this is kind of like part of the science behind it, so you understand. So the key here is finding what works for you, whether it's the smoothies, whether it's just green juices, whether it's the master cleanse where it's lemon and cayenne, and that's another one that we offer in the Flow State app. You can see that one. And then another one that I've done before is just water. That's a little bit more extreme. I don't recommend starting with that. And then the most extreme, I think, is dry fasting. So this is another one, also very extreme. If you're just starting out, I would not start out with dry fasting or water, I would do either the green smoothie, the green juice, or protein shakes, and let that be your starting point. And then you have to decide how many days you want to do it, right? So if you're going to say, okay, I'm going to try it for 3 days, 3 days is kind of the minimum I would do. Because the thing with it is, after day 2 is when you really start feeling better. If you don't do 3 days, you never get to the good place because day 1 is hard for most people. Day 2 is the hardest for most people. Day 3 generally have a big breakthrough and you feel amazing and euphoric and like, I want to keep going for 10 days kind of feeling. But if you never get to day 3, you never feel that euphoria. And then you feel like, oh, I hate this. And you don't want to do it. So you want to get to a place where it's enjoyable, but you have to get through the hard part. Day 2 is the hard part. If you can get through day 2, you could probably do 10 days if you wanted to. But I would suggest starting with either 3 days or 7. Those are the two that I usually do, 3 days or 7. Sometimes 5 is good. And I know a lot of people that do 11 days. So it really depends. I mean, I even have friends that have done 40 days on just water or lots of like more extreme. But I don't suggest ever to just start out with the extreme. You want to start out with something quite simple if you can. And even simpler than this is if you wanted to do just intermittent fasting, where you don't eat anything until like noon, and then you only have you stop eating after 6 p.m. And you could do that for a week. And during the window of eating, you don't eat any junk, you don't have any sugar, and you still stay very clean with the diet, but you can still eat. That's another one that's like more of a entry point into it because it's something where you don't have to give up eating completely. The other thing you really want to focus on is making sure that you have a cleansing protocol. So the cleansing protocol you're going to get, and I have this in the ebook, you're going to get psyllium fiber, bentonite clay, diatomaceous earth. And if you can, get parasite tincture. You can get different parasite tinctures on Amazon. You can let me know if you need a suggestion on which one. But basically, this is the protocol. You want to have in the morning, the parasite tincture and the diatomaceous, and the diatomaceous earth kills parasites. The bentonite clay pulls out toxins, and the parasite tincture kills parasites too. And then the other thing is the psyllium, which is fiber that helps you pull it all out and flush it out. So you need those ingredients. I like to do it first thing in the morning before you have anything, and then also in the evening before bed. So those are the couple of things that you want to do, whether you're doing 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, or you could keep doing those two things night and morning for like a month if you wanted to. And what it'll do is it'll start to clear out anything that's in your gut, like any parasites, any toxins. It kills the parasites, it pulls the toxins out, and it flushes it out. The other thing that I encourage is I found a really nice product. It's a kind of a laxative in a way, but it's made with magnesium. So magnesium, I can send you the link if you guys want. Let me see if I can find it. So it's on Amazon, and it's a magnesium cleanse product. And you'll see like different people respond differently to different things, right? But I always feel the more natural, the gentler thing is better, because a lot of cleanse products actually have like things like senna, and those are laxatives that are addictive for your body. So if you have laxatives that are addictive, what happens is generally your body will get dependent upon it, and then it will be hard for it to go to the bathroom without it. And then that is a very bad thing, because you need to be able to go to the bathroom without any laxatives. But if you get into using certain laxatives, what happens is your body will form a dependent on it. So this is the one that I use. I'm going to show you. It's just on Amazon. It's called Oxy Powder, and it's oxygen-based magnesium, and it's wonderful. And it's just these capsules, and you can see if you want to read about it. But basically, it's basically just magnesium, but it's a wonderful product. You can see it's called Oxy Powder, and you could get it on Amazon. So that's one of the things I recommend. And I'll show you if you want to get the keto energy drinks that we have at brightfuture.org. You can see those here. and you'll be able to see. So those are, you can get them in the gift box or in the wellness supplements. We have them in both places. The one that I recommend is if you get the gift box, because then you also get all the other special, you get all the other special things too, like the mix, the frother and things like that. But these are the ones. So this one right here, I Am Source Energy. This is a product that is keto. It's an energy drink that has chai and it's Ayurvedic, it has maca, ashwagandha, as well as lion's mane for your brain function, ginseng and green tea. So it's a really nice energy drink that you can have in the morning, warm, and that'll give you energy throughout the day. And then this one is really nice for at night. So this one's called I Am Blissful. This is a superfood elixir. It has blueberry, it has blueberry, coconut milk, monk fruit, magnesium, blue butterfly pea flower, blue spirulina, chamomile, passion flower, valerian, and lavender. So this is like to help you relax, but also helps with digestion. But the other thing is blueberry is super high in iron and a lot of minerals. It's a superfood. And then butterfly pea flower is anti-aging, cellular regeneration. It is really, really nice too. I Am Heroic, which is I Am Heroic is a electrolyte type of drink. So it gives you all of your electrolytes. Coconut water, blueberry, raspberry, I just blueberry, raspberry, and coconut water, but it also has echinacea and ingredients to boost your immune system. So it helps you to maintain hydration with the potassium and different minerals, because this is one of the keys is maintaining your mineral balance, whether you're fasting or not. One thing that I learned when I did a lot of water fasting is that if I didn't consume proper minerals, then I would get cramps and it would be impossible to sleep. So that's why I developed that I Am Heroic drink. It's a electrolyte drink, all natural, all 100% organic. And the reason I developed it is because most of the things that you see in the store, they are very synthetic. So it's like a white powder and it's like, this is mineral, but it's like not natural flavor. It's not natural ingredients. And you don't even know what it is because it's just like a white powder. So this one is all natural, 100% USDA organic, and it has all your electrolytes. So it will help your mineral balance while you're fasting. You can also put it into smoothies as well. It's a blue raspberry coconut water flavor. Let's see, Jennifer says, I think I want to do it after the new year. Doing it with the expectation of eating Christmas and such would make that difficult. Emily says, I agree. After the new year would probably be easier for me. Jennifer, I did kind of an entry. I did the 2 smoothies during the day, then I ate a clean dinner around 5:30. Would love some of your favorite products for the tinctures and such. Oh, that's great. Great job, Jennifer. I'm happy to hear that. And yeah, that's a wonderful idea to start for the new year. I agree. I mean, you could do either way. What I do, because I've been doing it for so long, that I actually do pretty much every 2 weeks, so I don't even talk about it publicly that much because I'm always kind of like just doing it as part of my lifestyle. But that's why I wanted to bring this up to you guys, and so that you could be on the train, whatever you call that, you could be a part of that and you can start to integrate it into your lifestyle. I truly believe it's one of the keys to longevity, to optimal wellness, and to anti-aging, actually. Like I said, people always ask me how come I don't look like I ever age, but I do believe this is part of it. Another thing that really helps is taking care of your skin. So that's a big part of that is hydration and the electrolytes that I was talking about with the minerals. And the other thing is oils. So I use a lot of oils on my skin, like every single day, multiple times a day. I put like healing oils. And so in the brightfuture.org, you can see we have a few of like really special oils. One of them is called I Am Radiant. And this oil, I'm so proud of it because this is an oil that I created in response to everybody who always asks me, how come I don't age? So this is a very special oil. I'm going to show you it here. You can go onto the website at brightfuture.org. If you go under natural beauty oils, natural beauty oils, and you will see it's called I Am Radiant, this one. So I Am Radiant is a product that has a very unique combination of ingredients. It has papaya seed oil, which is brightening. It makes your skin tone pigmentation balanced, and it also exfoliates dead skin. And then it has a number of different types of oils. You'll see jojoba, it has aloe in there, and it also has a very special oil, which is from Africa called bactroil, which is a natural retinol. So retinol, it's this one here, I Am Radiant. Retinol is the ingredient that helps you to regenerate your skin cells. So when you go to the dermatologist, they always recommend you start using retinol. And a lot of people use it, but I don't like the synthetic one that they give you at the dermatologist because it causes a very high sun sensitivity. So you can't go into the sun. So instead, this one, it's 100% natural, and it helps you to stay younger. Like your cell turnover is faster, so you're always having new, fresh baby skin cells coming up all the time. And then what it does is it's natural, so it doesn't cause the sun sensitivity, so you can still go out in the sun and you don't have any problems. So that's what I recommend. You can go to brightfuture.org and you can check out those oils. There's also a Blue Lotus oil, which I love. Blue Lotus is a very sacred oil, and they started using that in ancient Egypt thousands of years ago for euphoric meditation. So I've created an oil that you can use for your skin, your hair, all over oil, and for ceremonies. It has Blue Lotus and moringa. And moringa is also highly nutritious and moisturizing for skin, hair, and pretty much anything you want to use it for. But basically, that's something you can put on all day. You can put it on your hands, you can put it on your face, you can put it on your hair, and it just keeps hydration. Let's see. Anybody have any questions about these? Someone asked about the tinctures. So the only tincture for the cleanse that I suggest is a parasite tincture. There's different ones. The one that I've tried different ones. None of them have been like the standout, but you want to get a tincture that has wormwood. Wormwood is like the #1 ingredient that kills parasites. So that's like one of the main things. And then also if it has cloves, it also, and oregano, those are ingredients that kill parasites. So you just want to have something that goes in on your empty stomach, killing the parasites, killing their eggs. And then when you take the bentonite and the psyllium and the diatomaceous and the magnesium, that it clears it out. So that's the nice thing. It can like do all of this for you. And it's just, you take it in the morning, take it at night. And then throughout the day, you have smoothies. So what you're doing is you're bringing in super food nutrition. You're bringing in tons of nutrients to fuel your cells. And as you fuel your cells, they actually thrive and grow more, right? You need to have protein every day. And most people don't have enough protein, actually. I've always been a person that has like 50 to 100 grams of protein a day if I can. And most people don't realize you need that much, but it's one of the reasons why, even though I hardly ever work out, my body's the same as when it was 18 as well. So you can maintain like your youth in your physical body for decades by doing the proper nutrition, the proper cleansing, and then also following the flow state yoga protocols, right? So it's kind of like this holistic system. It works across the board. Everybody benefits from this. I was talking to some people recently. We were talking about how, like when you're 100, you can do yoga. There's not that many things that you can do when you're 100, right? But you want to think long term, the long game. What could you do when you're 100 that you'll be able to maintain your youth and vitality? And especially one of the main things about that is that, what keeps you young is actually the flexibility, the mobility of your joints and your spine. And if your joints and your spine are flexible and you have good mobility, then the energy can flow properly. And if you have proper energy flow, that's also a key to longevity and youth and vitality. So these are the things that are like super critical for you as a flow state person that's a training in this, and also as somebody who is going to be coaching others about this. You have to practice what you preach. I'm a big advocate of practicing what you preach. So in order to be able to help other people to maintain their health and vitality, or even to help them if they're dealing with something like so healing them, you have to experience some of these things firsthand. So that's why I highly encourage you to do these things. Do the cleanse yourself. Do the practices every day. I've been seeing in our app and in the Facebook group, a lot of you guys posting your homework. So I'm super proud of you. And keep up the great work. It's really the way that you get better. The best way, they say, if you want to master something, learn to teach it. And the best way to learn to teach something is to practice teaching. You know, it's not something that you can just like click a button on your brain and then you're a teacher, right? The way to do it is by teaching. Does anybody have any questions about anything that we've talked about so far? Super hot today. We're going to have this 1 hour today because I need to go to the airport. So that's the only reason. I was supposed to fly yesterday, but they didn't allow my flight. So here we are, we're doing today. Anyway, does anybody have any questions about this protocol for the cleanse for the new year? And also, which cleanse or version do you feel like you're going to be most inclined to do? Leave a comment. Let me know. Let me see over here. Let's see. Leanne says, okay, Blue Lotus all day. When is a good time for other oils? Totally, I will get the Blue Lotus. Oh, okay, good. How do you use them? Which one is like in the morning and overnight? Leanne, do you mean which oil? Or are you talking about which other product? Let's see. Mike says, these are the ones I ordered recently. I can't wait to try them. Yeah, Michael, I can't wait for you to try them as well. I usually fast for 3 days. Amazing. Leanne, have you heard of AG? Let's see. Been doing 8-hour eating window. Yeah. Oh, the oils. Yeah. So I recommend if you can, you do the Blue Lotus you can do all day. That one has moringa and Blue Lotus. You can do that all day. The one with the bak choil, the I Am Radiant oil, that one is, I mean, you could do that anytime, honestly, but the main thing is that you want to do it in a way that, you know, like if you're going to be sweating a lot, you don't want that one because, I mean, you don't want to apply that one during a time when you're super hot because it can like get into your eye, and that's the only thing. So I noticed that if you use the I Am Radiant because it's so strong and it has that special ingredient for retinol, Bactrol, that it you don't want it to put it on around your eyes anytime when you're going to be sweating a lot. Other than that, I put it on in the morning, I put it on the afternoon, and I put it on the evening. You can put it anytime. I even put it on my hands, and it's been actually like really healing my hands. Like the skin, it just you can tell really quickly within like a couple weeks that your skin is already younger looking. You know, it doesn't make the veins go less. Like I have a big vein, but I think it's because I have a lot of good blood pressure. But basically, the skin here, it's so soft and it already makes it look less age. It adds hydration. It's really nice. Let's see. Emily says, let's see. I am going to start with the smoothie cleanse and maybe one healthy meal after dinner. I may add the parasite cleanse in there as well. Okay, good. Yeah, definitely keep me posted how it goes, Emily. I can't wait to hear. You could post about that in the Facebook group as well, and keep us posted. If you want, when you make a smoothie, if you post it on your Instagram story, I'll reshare that. If you post it in the Facebook group, that's also good, or in the app. Those are all ways that you can also share with the community what you're doing and inspire others as a leader that you are to do the same thing. You know, when people see you're doing it, then they want to do it too. Let's see. Jennifer says, I really like the smoothie, so I think I'll stick with that and the parasite cleanse. Amazing. Yeah, definitely do that. So like I said, when you're looking for a tincture for the parasite cleanse, get one with wormwood. That's the main ingredient. The other thing that's really good is clove. Cloves and wormwoods, those really clear the parasites out. Let's see. Anybody have any questions about any of this? I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes for you guys in the new year. Let's see. Let's see if there's any more questions over here on YouTube. Michael Faye, I have to go now. Okay, have an amazing day, guys. Yeah, keep me posted about how it goes with everything. And if you decide to wait till the new year, then I will do it. I will do it with you guys if you want. Let's see. Emily says, can we have caffeine during a cleanse, like a healthy green tea? Absolutely. That's what I was saying. If you want to get the I Am Source Energy chai drink that I have on brightfuture.org, that's a really good one because it has ginseng, it has green tea, but it also has maca, ashwagandha, and chai, and also it's keto, so zero sugar, and it's super good for you because it's Ayurvedic. So it has different herbs for balancing your blood sugar, and it's a wonderful drink to have in the morning. You can also add the I Am Source Energy to with coconut milk or any kind of milk that you like and make it even creamier, which is really nice. But I highly encourage the I Am Source Energy for a cleanse because it is nice when you have a little energy in the morning. Like I like to have a little caffeine in the morning. The green tea and the ginseng are really nice. That what it does is it just gives you that sustained energy throughout the day. So even though you're not eating, you'll probably feel way more energy than you normally do. So that's the main thing. All right. Does anybody have any other questions? If not, we're going to wrap it up for today. Today's session is all about preparing for the end of the year. So we're going to have two more. I think we have, actually, let me see. Let me just see, because I believe that next Sunday is Christmas Eve. I'm not sure. I got to check. Yeah. So next Sunday is Christmas Eve. I'd like to take a quick vote. You guys still like to do this on the Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve? I'm totally fine to do it because it's in the morning. It's fine for me. But if you have any input or, yeah, Jennifer says absolutely. Okay, so let's do it. We can do it in the morning those days as well still. Sunday, same time, same place. And we'll be talking more about setting intentions in the next 2 weeks. Setting your intentions. We're going to do a practice and a ritual around a dream board if you want, so we can create a nice dream board for the new year, and we can move forward like that. Also, if you have any friends that might want to join the Flow State Yoga Teacher Training, remember that you can earn a commission for referring your friends, and they can become certified as well. And we have our retreats coming up in 2024. So we have Bali in April. It's going to be absolutely the most rejuvenating, life-enhancing rebirth retreat. I've done this 5 years in a row. It's life-changing. That's why I'm like, I want to do this every year. And now I want to start bringing my community because it's so wonderful. And at the end of it, you do truly feel reborn. And so I highly encourage, if you can come, we have the early bird special right now. So you can save 30% on the tuition if you enroll this week. And that's at brightfuture.org. You can see at the top retreats, and there's Bali and Colombia. Bali's in April. I would encourage you to consider Bali because it's truly just like so rejuvenating. And if you're going to stay longer than a week, you'll be with us in the retreat for a week. But if you want to stay longer, I can give you a lot of tips on other things that you could do while you're over there. The other thing that you can earn another 100 hours towards your advanced certification by attending the retreats. So that's another option. Yeah, and if you have any friends that might want to go on a life-changing retreat like that, if you refer them, then you can earn 10% as well. So these are all ways that I have built into our community to help you to prosper for spreading the word, but also to invite you into the things that I'm passionate about and that I really believe can and will change your life if you start to incorporate them now. And you'll see that your longevity, your vitality, your youthfulness, your energy is just going to skyrocket and continue to elevate as time goes on. Whereas most people, as they get older, they start feeling old. Whereas if you do it right, with the right biohacking techniques, as you get older, you can actually be growing younger. And that's what I believe. And that's what I've experienced so far. So I'm super passionate about sharing that with you guys. And I really believe that you can share it with your clients as well. And you could be one of those cutting edge people, the Flow State Health Coach community that's teaching people how to live an extra 100 years if they want, because it's available to us. I believe I'm going to be 160 at least. So, I mean, most people can't fathom that. But the truth is we're capable of living that long or longer. So as long as we know the right sort of protocols, then everything is possible. And if you have that many years on this earth, you want to have vitality in your body, vitality in your energy. And that's what flow state's all about. It's about a holistic system of maintaining health and vitality, healing and clearing the blocks to flow, and then elevating your consciousness so that you can be a beacon of light and an extension of source energy, of God consciousness here on the planet. And together we can and will and are changing the world. So thank you for being a part of this. I'm so grateful for you all as our community, and looking forward to seeing you again next week. If you ever need anything, you can always reach out in the Facebook group. You can always DM me on Instagram, email us at support@flowstate.yoga, and or all the other things. We got the app, flowstate.app. We got a lot of different options for you to stay connected. And if you do any of the things that we talked about today, post it in your stories and tag me and tag Flow State Yoga, and I will repost you. Looking forward to seeing you all soon. Have a blessed, beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you, Emily.